Hello everyone. To do going to do NCERT Science Lesson number 6 Physical and Chemical Changes. Physical changes. What are physical changes? In a physical change, a substance undergoes changes only in its physical properties such as shape, size, color, and state, and no new substance is formed. Example, a broken pencil. Characteristics of physical changes. The physical changes are temporary changes, which can easily be reversed to form the original substance. No new substance is formed in this change. It is generally reversible. A temporary change in color may take place. Very little energy is either absorbed or involved. Example, heat. Examples of physical changes: crushing a can, melting an ice cube, boiling water, mixing sand and water, breaking a glass, dissolving sugar and water, shredding paper, chopping wood, mixing red and green marbles, sublimation of dry ice, etc. Characteristics of chemical changes. What are the characteristics of chemical changes? Chemical changes are also called chemical reactions. A chemical change occurs when two substances react chemically to form a new substance with different chemical properties. All the new substances which we use in various fields of our life are produced as a result of chemical changes or chemical reactions. Examples are the agricultural tools used as such as spades and shovels also get rusted when exposed to the atmosphere for some time. In the kitchen, a iron wet pan tawa often gets rusted if left in that state for some time. Rust is not iron. It is different from iron on which it gets deposited. Chemical changes. Signs that indicate a chemical change. Color change, odor change, production or thermal energy, production of cold, fizzing, foaming, bubbling, gas produced, sound produced, light being given off, precipitate formed, rust or tarnishing, which is also known as oxidation. Accompany to chemical change. In addition to new products, the following may accompany a chemical change: heat, light, or any other radiation, example ultraviolet, may be given off or absorbed. Sound may be produced. Change in smell may take place, or a new smell may be given off. A color change may take place. A gas may be formed. Chemical changes in our daily lives. In the process of digestion, the various food materials break down to form new substances, which can be absorbed by the body. So the process of digestion is a chemical change. When food gets spoiled, it produces a foul smell. This shows that new substances have been formed in the spoiled food which has a foul smell. So the spoilage of food is a chemical change. Chemical changes are very important in our lives. Indeed, every new material is discovered by studying chemical changes. Example, if a metal is to be extracted from an ore, such as iron from iron ore, we need to carry out a series of chemical changes. Medicine is the end product of a chain of chemical reactions. Important and useful new materials such as plastics and detergents are produced by chemical reactions. An explosion of a firework or crackers, also a chemical change which produces heat, light, sound, and unpleasant gases that pollute the atmosphere or the environment. During photosynthesis, the plants intake carbon dioxide and water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight to form two new substances, glucose and oxygen. So photosynthesis is a chemical change. If we cut an apple into two slices and kept it in open for some time, we will find that the cut surface of apple acquires a brown color. This change in color is due to the formation of the new substance by the action of oxygen. Rusting of iron. What is rusting of iron? How does it occur? When an iron object is left exposed to moist air, it chemically reacts with oxygen and water in the air to form a red-brown flaky substance called rust. The process of rusting can be represented by the following equation: iron Fe plus oxygen O2 from air, water H2O makes rust, which is known as iron oxide also, and the chemical formula is Fe2O3. Rusting occurs in the presence of both oxygen and water. The more humid the air, the faster the rusting occurs. The rust slowly eats away or corrodes the iron, leading to considerable loss. Preventions from rusting. Rusting can be prevented by not allowing the iron to come in contact with moisture and air, oxygen, or water. Simplest method is to coat the iron with oil, grease, or paint. These coats could be applied regularly to prevent rusting. The more efficient method is to coat the iron with another metal such as zinc or chromium. The process of depositing the layer of zinc on iron is called galvanization. The iron pipes we use in our homes to carry water are galvanized to prevent rusting. Rusting of iron can be prevented by allowing it to make stainless steel. Stainless steel is made by mixing iron with carbon and metals like chromium, nickel, and magnesium or manganese. It does not rust. Crystallization. We all know what is crystal, but we can even make crystals at our home with a simple experiment. Seawater contains salts dissolved in it which makes it salty. The salt obtained in this manner is not pure and its crystals are small. Salt is also a crystal, like sugar. The shape of the crystals cannot be seen clearly. Large crystals of pure substances can, however, be obtained from their solutions by the process of crystallization. It is an example of a physical change. The process of cooling a hot concentrated solution of a substance to obtain crystals is called crystallization. The process of crystallization is used to obtain crystals of a pure solid substance from the impure solid substances. Impure copper sulfate powder can be purified by the process of crystallization to obtain large crystals of pure copper sulfate. First, we need to make a solution of solid and insoluble impurities. Then we need to filter off excess solid by evaporating dish. Evaporate to reduce volume of solution. Transfer the hot liquid to a dish. Crystals formed after leaving to cool until solution is saturated. When the hot water is evaporated, then crystals are formed. Experiments. When baking soda or sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3 reacts with vinegar, which contains lactic acid, carbon dioxide comes out, which turns lime water milky. Therefore, it is a chemical change. In this activity, one or more new substances are formed. When a magnesium ribbon was burnt, the ash was the new substance formed. The reaction of copper sulfate with iron produced two new substances, that is, iron sulfate and copper sulfate. Vinegar and baking soda together produce carbon dioxide, which turns lime water milky. So all those changes in which one or more new substances are formed are called chemical changes. These are permanent changes which cannot be reversed to form the original substance. This was the experiment 1. We have vinegar and baking soda. Carbon dioxide is released and lime water turns milky. We have a pair of magnesium and we need to burn it. When the magnesium is burning, it turns into white ash. In copper sulfate, when we put a piece of iron, it turns into iron sulfate, and the indicator is when iron sulfate is there, it turns into green color. The copper sulfate turns to green. Now let's have a small quiz related to our chapter. State whether each example are physical or chemical. You can simply pause the video to answer and comment it below. First, ice melting. What type of change is it? Physical or chemical? Banana rotting. Water freezing. Milk going sour. Burning of food. And crystallization. Full forms we need to remember. Iron, Fe, oxygen, O2, H2O means water. Rust or iron oxide is Fe2O3. Sodium bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate. Sodium bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate is the chemical name of baking soda. NaHCO3. We also need to remember the numbers. If you like the video, do like, share and subscribe by hitting the bell icon.